The man who avoids risk thinks he's protecting himself, thinks he's being rational,
Look like he's
responsible,
randomly
but
cutting
what he
the
doesn't
air.
realize is that he's already losing time,
Sparring
losing
against
potential,
something
losing life.
invisible.
Staying safe feels
I
smart
see.
until safety
He's
turns into a
visualizing
cage,
his opponent.
until routine becomes
All
boredom,
right.
until stability
My
becomes stagnation. Yes, risk is scary, but it's also freeing. Risk is where your mind expands, where courage is tested, where reality starts bending to your boldness. What no one tells you is this: every
doesn't
extraordinary
work if I
life was
visualize
built on
his
top of an
entire
uncertain
body.
decision. A what if it
shouldn't bite off
works
more than
that
I can
screamed
chew.
louder than the
I
fear
should
of
start with
failure.
his
The
feet.
man who avoids risk spends life watching those who had the guts to leap, because the world doesn't reward those who wait for everything
That's
to
how he
make
changes
sense.
direction.
Responds to those who move without
So I guess we
guarantees.
start
And that
Operation
man is
Tease.
always the one with the real shot at winning.
there's
Everyone
nothing
wants the
else we can
reward,
do.
but almost no one wants the discomfort of moving without certainty. Most people dream of extraordinary results, as long as the path comes with a GPS, a guarantee, and emotional safety. But that's not how it works. Real growth demands walking through the fog. It means waking up without knowing if it'll work out, and doing it anyway. The average mind craves predictability. It needs to know what's coming to feel safe. But the courageous mind, it understands that uncertainty is part of the process, that the butterflies in your stomach are proof you're alive. That doubt is normal when you're stepping beyond average. Here's the truth: if you can't handle instability, you'll
forced
never
into
reach
doing
real
it.
freedom.
What?
The
You
comfort
mean
you
by
cling to
ego?
today might be the same thing that
getting
suffocates
carried
you tomorrow.
away.
And only the ones who embrace
Face
uncertainty have a real
wide
shot at building
open.
something so big that one day, even they'll struggle to believe they did it. The bold mind doesn't ask for certainty, it asks for direction. He doesn't wait for the perfect moment, for approval, or for the fear to disappear. He moves with shaky hands, with doubt
big
screaming
days
in
come
his
at
ear,
last.
because he
I'm
knows
actually going to
nothing
spar with
great is
Miata.
born in the comfort zone. Every major turning point started with someone
He's
saying,
not here
"I'm
yet."
going anyway." The average man freezes in the face of risk.
Hey,
The bold
Miata
man
no
feeds
Ochi.
on it, not because he's reckless, but because he knows the kind of impact he wants requires breaking the pattern. He's not chasing safety, he's chasing transformation. And transformation has a
debut
cost.
match?
It demands
You?
emotional
Ouch,
courage,
it hurts,
uncomfortable
Mr. Aoki.
decisions,
We
actions
heard
that
that
seem
your
insane
opponent's
to those
Oda.
still trapped by
Oh,
fear.
no.
But he
Now
doesn't
I'm
need
really
to be
feeling the
understood.
pressure.
He just needs to be loyal to what feels
He's already
real to him.
fought
Because
5
while the
matches as
world
a
waits
pro,
for guarantees,
so I
he
definitely
builds
need to
the
stay
path
sharp.
through action. And the man who moves through fear always arrives before the one waiting for permission. Taking risks isn't madness, it's clarity. It's the strategy of a man who understands that real growth requires breaking away from everything predictable. The man with a risk mindset doesn't jump blindly, he leaps with awareness. Because he knows the only way to reach something extraordinary is by stepping away from the obvious.
Those guys are
While
really
most wait for
selfish,
stability to
aren't they?
take action, he acts to create his own stability. Because he
Hey, good
knows
job.
risk
Keep it up,
isn't the
Evo.
enemy of
We're
the
almost
wise.
at the
It's a
training
tool
center.
for expansion. Every bold decision he makes
I'll be
isn't
fine
about
as long as there's a
adrenaline.
mattress.
It's about
I'll get a good
conviction.
night's sleep
He moves
tonight.
because he understands staying still is the greater danger. Staying where he doesn't grow, where he
What's
isn't
up?
challenged,
Darn it.
where everything is safe, that's the real risk. So he chooses the discomfort of uncertainty over the comfort of stagnation. The courageous mind doesn't fall for safe promises. It's driven by vision, and vision demands disruption. It demands cold blood. It demands action, even when the world says, wait, but he doesn't wait. He builds. He left everything behind: a steady job, a guaranteed paycheck, a predictable career
I love
path. They
boxing
called him
as much as
crazy,
he does.
irresponsible, reckless.
I wanna
but
fight
he had
against
already
him.
done the math,
And
not
I don't
financial,
wanna
soul
lose.
math. And he realized the cost of staying was greater than the risk of leaving. He walked away with no plan B, just a vision in his mind and a kind of courage he was still learning to carry. The months that followed were tough: uncertainty, fear, judgment, but he kept moving, one step at a time, one mistake a day, one adjustment a week, and in that chaos, he found his strength. Because when you burn the bridge, you learn how to build wings. Today, he lives a life many admire, but few truly understand how it began. It was in the risk, in the dark, in the discomfort. The same people who once criticized him now ask for his advice. But he knows he didn't do it for applause. He did it because he realized, to live an extraordinary life, you have to make decisions most people would never have the guts to make. Now choose one decision you've been putting off, something you know you need to do, something that lives inside you, that's been calling you, but fear keeps winning. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be real, something that challenges you, that breaks your
The bell
inertia,
rang.
that forces you to
You
take
can
a
stop.
stand. Now, execute
Thank you
it
so
within
much for the
24
great
hours.
fight.
Don't tell anyone, don't wait for the perfect moment,
I'm
just
really
go.
late.
Because courage isn't built through theory, it's built through
I
practice.
overslept.
It's in action that fear loses its power. It's in movement that the mind grows stronger. You want to be
Speaking of
bold?
Ippo,
Then start
Nagi
acting
says he
even
hasn't
when you're
shown his face
unsure.
around the
Because
gym at
every
all
risk
since
you
his mother
face
was
makes you
hospitalized.
expand, and every fear you obey
So
makes
what
you
does that
shrink.
mean?
Today, you have a choice. Keep pushing life around, hoping
Barely
something
made it on
changes,
time.
or step up and become the man who moves even when everything
But I wasn't
inside him
able to
wants
do
to stay
road
still.
work.
That's the mindset of those who earn what most never will, true freedom.